Are you wondering where your profit margins are going? You're making all this money, it is coming in, and then you can't show anything for it later. You are broke, you're still not making ends meet. Where is the money going? That is the question. How often do you check your bottom line? You know that profit loss sheet? We're looking at the top line, the revenue, the money is coming, you're building your business and the clients are paying you and you're receiving that money, but how often do you check what's on the bottom half of that sheet? That area that talks about where your money, what your money is being used for, and the apps you're using, all the things. That is where your profit margins might be shrinking. You want to hear an example? Here it comes. Let's say you have a basket, right? This basket, this is your business. It's a very nice basket. As you can see, very wide, ready to take in all of the clients. And then you start bringing in the clients and they start giving you the money. You get paid here. You're like, yes, and you're doing the work. And then you get paid some more. Yes, you're doing the work and everything. And you're filling up your basket. Here's the problem. What happens if we were to just pour water? If I were to take this and just start pouring the water, what would happen to the basket? First, it would get wet. But then, because baskets naturally have holes, it will start seeping through the water. Some of your cash is staying in the company. That's how you're getting paid. But then water is running through and it's not holding. That's how you feel. I know that's how you feel. Well, the truth of the matter is you need to plug up these holes. You need to line the basket of your business. You need to fill in the gaps. So it doesn't matter if it's solids or liquids or anything going into your basket, no matter how they're paying you, no matter how, the business comes, it doesn't matter. The basket can hold it. You are going to be using certain things in order to run your company. That makes sense. But those will be strategic. Those will be expenses that are necessary. You know what I mean? We don't want wasted resources from your company just leaking your company's a basket. This is why it's so important for us to pay attention to our profit loss statements. This is why streamlining your operations is so important. And the small business owner, so many times they bring in the revenue. You're on this roller coaster ride of, I just need to get as much business as possible. I'm just trying to make the ends meet. And you're not focused on how many apps are you using? Are you even using all of them? Or is that just like reoccurring expenses on auto pay that's just being leaked from your company and then you're wondering, where is all the money? Where is it? So to be quite honest, I suggest in order to line your basket, check the bottom half of your profit loss statement. Do an audit on what apps you're using. Do an audit on what contractors you're using. Do an audit on and make sure it's necessary. Make sure you're not paying for something that you forgot about 2 years ago when you first started and it's, the money is just being eaten away. Can I tell you how many clients I have right now that when we do an audit for them, they're like, we don't even use that app anymore. We don't even use this piece of technology anymore. We don't even use, that is what they're saying. And that is where their money is going. And if you add that up over time, because you're like, it was only a $5 app. It was only a $10 app. Well, multiply that every month for however long you've not been using that. That's money that could have been spent on something else in your business, or money that could have been a bonus for one of your workers, or money that you could have used for something else to grow your company, but it was just wasted. When you have an apple tree, how many apples do you see on an apple tree? Hundreds, and depending on how big the tree is, you really can't count them. So much so that you can't eat all of them, you can't give them what you can't. So some of the apples just drop and they're wasted. We can't do that with our business, okay? Especially not when we're trying to build it out. Another overhead expense that you should look at, your light. If you're in a building and you pay for utilities, your light usage, I cannot tell you how many times you can walk through different rooms and the lights are just left on for no apparent reason. These are areas where your money is leaking through the crack, leaking through the holes in your business basket, right? And then another area that's very big is checking out your actual process, your processes for your company. Now, I can't get into too much detail about the processes in your company in this video. However, what happens is when your processes are not streamlined, there are so many redundancies that you'll find, and that also takes away from your profit margins because you're spending so much money on all these different layers in the process because you put your process together with tape and glue as opposed to it really being streamlined, and you have a lot of wasted time from your employees. So you're paying them for time they're not even working. That's a waste. They're talking at the water cooler, okay, because they don't have enough on their plate to do, or the way the tasks are given out or divvied out. They're like, oh, we have time. I mean, these are areas where your money is being leaked. I have a story. There was a company I was observing that brought in some temp workers to do a job. And because the temp workers were paid hourly, they would like drag out the job. It was this very simple task. All they had to do was, it was simple. Let's say it that way. It was very simple. But they dragged out the process because they were like, I'm getting paid hourly. I need to fill up my hours. I need to get all my hours in, knowing that it didn't take that long to do the work. Where's the supervisor to check on those things, to ensure that everyone's giving you all the time that, you're paying for their time? This is important. These are areas where your monies can be slipping through the cracks, not having accountability during your workers working. That's important. So these are areas I want you to look at in your business to ensure that those are tightened up, those gaps are filled. Your basket is lined so that even if it was water, even if water is being poured through your basket, it's not leaking through. No matter what the resources you get from revenue and from partnerships or all the things, it won't just slip through the crack. It won't be wasted. And you will protect your profit margin, guys. And that's the only way you can grow. That's the only way you can grow your business, when you have profit in order to reinvest in the company or whatever you want to do with your profit. But that's how you keep it. And then you won't feel like, my goodness, I'm doing all this work. I'm working around the clock. My team is working. We're getting the clients in. The revenue is coming in, and we have nothing to show for it. Now you will, because you're going to look at the second half of your profit margin, your profit loss statement. Are we right? I mentioned to you about how important it is for your process to be streamlined. The truth of the matter is, like I mentioned before, I cannot go into all the details, but I will tell you now, I have another video that goes into the nitty-gritty and understanding of the importance of streamlining the processes in your business. I believe you should check that video out next. See you there.